Kejap. Sabar.
Right, hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Mr. Lim, Ms. Liman. How are you today?
Yeah, very well. It's good.
Right, please introduce your name.
Mr. Lim.
Yeah. Memperkenalkan diri. Right.
Bagus.
Short sikit lah.
Tak apa, kita
Campur je.
Kita bahasa Melayu. Bahasa Melayu sebab kita pernah
Tak apa.
belajar.
Mr. Lim Hoxing here.
And then, how well you doing now?
Actually, for day job, normally will be nature guide.
And what step have taken to start your business?
For now, is planning my new business is how to build a community farm.
Okay. And why? What business now? How do you think this business ensure your sustainable income of your family?
Okay, for why I will be hope to build this business for community farm is for first one is we can plant some vegetable to do some sustainable things, and then second one is we can train a lot of the worker there to do some plantation. We can harvest, we can do some education there.
What step you have taken to improve from 6 to 9 highest level? The working your business. Business lagi you buat. Ya.
Lorna, did you all notice that? Did you write this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I just want to stop them there because he asked her. He gave her a scale of 6 to 9 without asking her the first question as
Yes.
in where she is. Faham tak? Kamu bukan dia, kamu sudah confused.
Oh yes. Right.
So mungkin, so you don't assume, tanya dia dulu where are you now.
Boleh gitu.
You can speak in bahasa please dulu. You can understand, right? Yeah.
Okay. What motivate you to work to start a business? Start a business. Flyer work. Adakah awak dalam bisnes tadi perniagaan yang awak buat tu, kan? Apa yang awak lakukan? Macam contoh sekarang awak buat full time or part time?
Full time.
Full time.
Lama je.
Alright, team, if you all don't mind, can we change the role? Is that okay? Can you be the coach and me be the coachee? Are you okay with that? Then just give it a try, okay? Give it a try. I know
Mesti jadi
that.
Mr. Lim.
Yeah. So he become Mr. Lim. And Mr. Lim, kamu boleh jawab dalam bahasa Melayu atau bahasa Inggeris, don't worry. Okay? Kalau tak faham pun boleh tanya coach like what do you mean?
Nanti kita translate dalam bahasa Malaysia.
Sorry, because I'm more focused in Mandarin. So my English and Malay actually not so good.
Alright.
Okay, let's restart it, okay?
Hi, good morning, Mr. Lim.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, how are you for now?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so how is your lifestyle? yourself for now?
So now I do focus business and part time for parents.
Okay, what type of the business for now? What you do?
Business durian, zip.
Okay.
It is a part time.
Okay.
Boleh lah masuk
On
dia.
there is part-time.
Campur je.
Okay, so is it you have any plan you can do in proper full-time business, or you can be an entrepreneur in durian?
Maybe the next year I full part time to full time.
Okay.
It's
Do
a
you have
business.
any vision plan or what?
Vision plan jual durian tu dekat dia kilang lah, Torsap, macam apa kata untuk membekal durian pada
Okay.
kilang-kilang nak durian.
Okay. So
Dia improve.
okay. So you just sell in fresh durian, or you will be do some processing, or you will do in like manufacturing in durian or any products out? And any
Product.
other plan for this big vision?
Maybe any product and no, it's okay.
Is it okay?
Ada lagi soalan?
So for now, your what as I know is you will be open a factory there. So any plan that you will open second factory or third factory or outlets or brands?
Second factory. Durian dari si product.
Where is your first factory that you plan?
Then factory then ya dia cari klien, cari semua to decide my project, my business.
Okay, so we hope that your vision that you can be done it. So not only for open for one factory, maybe you can open some branch or some any place like that. I think it's okay.
Okay.
Right, okay, you have a
Okay, thank you so much. But don't worry, stay here first. Okay, maybe this time for this round, I want to ask them who played the coach and coachee role, how did they feel about the whole experience before I hear from all of you about, what did they do well and what can they do better. Okay, maybe we can start with you first. How did you feel when you were playing the role of a coach and a coachee? You had two opportunities.
Rasa mencabar jugalah.
Mana lebih mencabar, coach ke coachee?
Coach lah.
Coach lah, okay. Okay, sebagai seorang coach, apa yang kamu rasa? Macam apa perasaan kamu? Was it an easy thing to do? Ataupun kamu rasa, what did you feel?
rasa mencabar.
Mencabar.
Okay.
Apa yang mencabar?
Dia macam memberi kita kekuatan lah untuk lebih positif dalam handle sesuatu, nak menghadap klien.
Okay, so kamu rasa ini adalah peluang untuk kamu jadi lebih positif
Yes.
dan untuk memberi macam panduan
Yes.
support kepada kamu punya klien.
Yes.
Okay, what about you, Emily? How did you feel as a coach?
I think coach will be more better.
You think you're better off as a coach than a coachee?
Coach will be more better than coaching because maybe coaches should be have the problems or what you need to help like that in no any idea that what you want to do like that.
Okay, so she doesn't want to be in a situation where she doesn't know what to do. Okay, I get where she's coming from. Alright, let's hear from you. What do you think you did well as a coach? You played the role as coach, which you liked, you enjoyed. So what do you think you did well? A scaling question. From a scale of 1 to 10, how did you think you did as a coach?
Mostly can give somebody to sharing and then give some what experience that I get from social and then
Okay, is that right or wrong?
Mentoring.
That is mentoring or coaching?
Mentoring.
Because she says she wants to use her experience, in the field with her coaching. That's mentoring. Coaching, what do we do? What do we do in coaching? We help the coachee to achieve their own goal, not direct them to do what you have tried or what worked for you. That is two different things, okay? Alright, thank you so much, Emily. Okay, let us share now, if you all don't mind. What did they do well first? Comfort. Okay, so the coach made the coachee comfortable. Okay, what else? Okay, the coach did ask him questions to understand what is it that he wants or where he wants to go. Alright, what else?
The questions were more positive.
Alright, so when we started first, the coach actually asked more positive directed question, which is good. Anyone else? What did they do well? The coach had very good intentions, right? She wanted to see her coachee expand. Correct? And okay, she did compliment here and there as well. And she asked a few open-ended questions. Okay, so it was very natural, the language, right? Was not too they didn't use big jargons or difficult words or something that will make someone intimidated and uncomfortable. So that's very important too. Okay, so when you are a coach, you can judge. Not judge. What I mean is, you will have that intuition. What kind of a client that you're dealing with. So you want to make that person comfortable. And one way is through the words that we use, the choice of words that we actually pick when we are having a conversation. So that's a very good observation. Alright, so she did ask open-ended question, which I mentioned. Let's move on to what can they do better. This is just for learning, nothing personal, because we all know it's not easy to be on the spotlight. So what can they do better?
I think they can maybe avoid giving suggestions.
Okay, very good observation. Okay, actually, I think Emily, because when I asked her what she did well, she felt that she gave a lot of her own experience to the coaching, but actually that is not coaching, right? We don't want to be suggestive because he never mentioned that he wants to open factory and branches, but she kept on suggesting to him, maybe you want to open a factory, maybe you want to open branches, maybe you want to start selling products. So she was suggesting what the coachee should do, okay, which we want to avoid in any coaching session. What else did you observe that she can do better?
My suggestion, maybe for the first time, we can build our chemistry with our client by using our body language. And then, because sometimes maybe yes, the condition is not really good, but still we can do what we call body language. We see our client how we get what we call what?
Feedback baru malas.
Chemistry maksudnya kita boleh dapatlah kita rasa selesa dengan dia, kita tengok dia, and then kita tunjukkan our position like we are ready to help them. Yeah.
Supportive, non-verbal.
So this is non-verbal cues that you actually give your coachee, and what some of them, some examples are like by nodding your head, smiling, and then having eye contact with them, and then your posture as well, leaning forward, leaning back. So if someone is telling you something more personal or something worrying, you want to, or they're really thinking about their vision and sharing, you want to lean forward to show interest, and then nod your head and say aha, like the fillers in between, so they know that you are listening. Okay, so all this will make someone a lot more comfortable, and you can start building better rapport with your client, so that they trust you and they start opening up exactly what they want, and they're not afraid of whether you will judge them, whether you will actually that's the last thing we want, and most coaches have that issue, especially if they're more senior. They'll be they have all that ego, whether I want to tell this person all the details. But if we make them comfortable, if we bring them to a level where they trust you, then they will be more open in their conversation. So we want to if they are thinking, the thing is, I also noticed that when he's thinking, like he's like like he wants to find out what is it that he wants to do, what he wants to expand, or what he wants to achieve. That is when, even though he's not saying anything and going you want to be silent. Okay, that's where we can practice the being silent, and the longer the coachee takes to answer, the deeper he thinks and goes actually you are giving him an opportunity to explore. Okay, if you want to quickly jump in and say, oh, you mean this, or you mean you want to try this, or what about this, what about that, we are actually disturbing their thought process. Okay, and maybe you feel very awkward, like is he uncomfortable, he doesn't know, he might tell you like, hey, I really cannot think right now. That can happen. Let's just say you ask him, okay, what is it that you really want? And the person go, and then they cannot see anything, maybe they also feel a little bit lost in their thoughts, then they themselves might actually tell you, I don't really see anything, or I'm not really sure what I want. Then okay, they want to move on, or you should start asking different questions to help them explore. So we want to always try and keep that silence. Let them be a little bit uncomfortable. That's when they start thinking a little bit deeper. Okay. Okay, that's mostly what I have, and of course there were a few close-ended questions. Did you all notice that? She asked things like, do you have a vision plan? That is a yes or no answer. And then she also asked things like, where is your first factory that you plan to open? Something like that. Meaning it's more specific to the detail. We don't need to know that. How is that important for the coach to know where is he going to open the factory? Not important. Doesn't matter you open here or open in Thailand or you open elsewhere, that's not important, but the important part is how is he going to get there? That should be the conversation. Okay, should already know his vision is to start sending his durian to factories for processing it into other products. We already got that out of him. So now the next step will be where you in this step of getting that to the factory, the scaling question. Then you can do that 3-step, and then from there make him think of steps of what can he start doing to move to the next level so that he can make his vision a reality. Okay, so you can actually he's pretty clear if you ask me. Not so confused, he already know exactly what product, which is a lot better than some people who come with totally no idea. He knows exactly what product and roughly what he wants to do, but he's just not clear about really how to get there and whether he should make a decision of leaving his job and actually doing that. So we want to guide the client. If they're already very focused, then you say, okay, looks like, then you can also finish the session with asking the coachee to conclude what are some of the steps that they can start taking before we meet in the next session. Okay, Ken? Alright, give them a big hand. Thank you so much. Okay, time check. What time is it right now? Noon? 12:05. Okay, what we'll do is we will save the three more coaching sessions. So the 3 coaches and coachee, you can breathe now. Don't worry, you can relax a little bit. Let me just spend the next 1 hour because I don't want to take too much of time. Let's just go through a little bit of how can you position yourself online. Okay, create an online presence for yourself, or you can also help your coachee in whatever part that